We're in the middle of a hostile government takeover. I wanna talk about it, but I'll be late for work. And if you say, wait a minute, do we have to stop this? We had one, but you didn't want that lady in office. Hostile government takeover. Hostile government. Now that we're a part of a Nigerian prince scam, surprise, surprise, it ended up being a white man. Oh, I just wanna know what the hell do I do? Why drink? And if you say, wait a minute, do we have to stop this? We had one, but you didn't want that lady in office. Hostile government take over. Hostile government made forward. Hostile government take over. Hostile government made forward. Hostile government take over. This ain't about left or right. You better stop messing around with me. This ain't about left or right. Need to worry about up and down. This ain't about left or right. You better stop messing around. This ain't about left or right. Need to worry about up and down. And if you say, wait a minute, do we have to stop this? We had one, but you didn't want that lady in office. Hostile government take over. Hostile government take over. Hostile government made forward. Hostile government take over. Hostile government made forward.
Hey y'all, thanks so much for joining me today. How are y'all doing? Happy 4th. Not so happy for a lot of us Americans. And I'm trying to fix this chat box. Thanks so much for being here, Discerning King. Hey, 666 number of time. All right, so we're gonna go through the one big ugly bill act. But it's interesting how this is all done by the numbers, and we're gonna figure that out together. Besides that, we're also gonna take a look at Alligator Alcatraz, okay? I just couldn't believe this one. This match here is just ridiculous. I mean, look at that. I just could not believe it. They chose the most obvious number for this term. It's like they orchestrated this name perfectly for their rituals. I mean, look, it matches Freemason ritual. Yeah, that's not all what happened this weekend. Also, we are going to take a look at Trump possible third term, and well, he unveiled his 2028 hats, which just matches his name. That's weird. And when are the aliens gonna come? We've all been waiting for it. We know it's gonna happen under his presidency, or shall we say dictatorship. And last but not least, we will also cover the fact that there's an American party forming. But make no mistake, this is all by the numbers as well. I mean, the other number that they could have chosen, and you know, a lot of us decoders know that there's really just a handful of numbers that they use, and they just happen to use the like top 3 numbers for these rituals. It's just so obvious. It couldn't be more obvious. But anyway, we're gonna go back to the beginning. So to cover the One Big Beautiful Bill Act in all its entirety, I just want to put it up here for you guys so we know what we're covering now at the moment. Okay, so I want to take a look at this photo because, first of all, the 3.3 trillion in debt, I mean, the 33, they just couldn't escape it, right? That should be alarming enough, but the fact that they chose 3.3 should also just be, I mean, look at the years we're dealing with. I mean, this is not only devastating for right now, but for the next decade. But I found it so wild that, like, if we take this picture, I mean, why did they choose these colors, right? Why did they choose these colors? I mean, it's almost like they chose them for a purpose. So if you decode this further, I mean, we already took the whole big thing. We took one big, beautiful bill act. We slammed it in the calculator. We could not believe that it matches Vance, the tie-breaking vote. So that was all orchestrated. That was, I mean, what is the probability of this matching? It's like they wanted that to happen and they did everything they can to make him break the tie so that it could be a Freemasonic ritual, right? And this is pressing the US into another Great Depression. So that's no accident there. But the fact that this one big beautiful bill act is being also, you know, color coded here. Well, why did they choose that? Okay, well, look, you take big beautiful act. Big beautiful act matches Freemasonry. I mean, they did that on purpose. Look at their marketing schemes. It's ridiculous, isn't it? We have some videos to watch, so I'm gonna pause the music. I am using a voice mod filter because times are changing on the internet. You don't really want to be caught speaking about these things. So this is not my real voice. I do have a mod on it, but I wanted to show y'all. I've collected some videos, okay? So for one, we're just gonna look through them besides the gematria. And anytime we look and we're reading and we find a phrase that we find interesting, we're gonna live decode it together.
Losing healthcare, that freeloading good-for-nothing bitch. Ignore the fact that you're one medical emergency away from losing your ability to work and needing a program that's gone now. Oh, what? You think your job's gonna take care of you when you're out, you stupid liberal? Speaking of leeches, 16 million kids also lose access to school lunches today, but I guess we don't gotta keep feeding them there if we keep making sure that they die there. But what has a kid ever done for you anyway, other than date your favorite politician? On this 4th of July, let's celebrate no more benefits for freeloading lazy veterans, increased energy costs, increased grocery costs, increased living expenses, but hey, it's going to a good place. This is a bigger consolidation of wealth than the 2008 bank bailout. Beautiful, isn't it? Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go light some fireworks and blow my fingies off before the local hospital shuts down and I can't get that fixed anymore. Love the rich, long live the king. Round of applause for Grandma losing health care.
I do find it funny. I mean, in this channel, we are not one-sided to any part of the two-party system or whatever. So, but we're going to dive into the, divide and conquer opposition that they're going on. So I just wanted, before we get into like all this, this is a bit more technical. We do have some memes in here, but we're gonna just throw in a bunch.
Trump's big beautiful bill is about to become the biggest heist in U.S. history, and you're the target. Most of the tax cut goes to the wealthy, while middle-class families get about $3 per day. But here's the catch. That $3 won't even cover what this bill takes away. 22 million Americans will see their healthcare premiums skyrocket by 75% when they lose tax credits. Everyone else, insurance companies can now charge you $450 more for out-of-pocket costs. Plus, $800 billion in Medicaid cuts will take away healthcare from 7.8 million Americans, mostly kids. To fix this disaster, we'd all pay 4 to 6% more in taxes. Oh, and you thought Medicare was safe? This bill could trigger a $535 billion cut. $209 billion slashed from SNAP means higher food costs for struggling families. Our farmers and ranchers will lose up to $30 billion when these families can't afford groceries. Eliminating clean energy credits could make your utility bills jump by around 7%, and up to 330,000 American jobs will vanish. Paying for college will be harder because the bill cuts $300 billion in student aid, and for many borrowers doubles or triples their monthly payment. 426,000 students will lose access to federal loans with consumer protections. With all these cuts, surely we're reducing the deficit, right? Wrong. This bill adds $3.4 trillion to our debt, driving up interest rates on all types of loans. The poorest 20% of Americans, their taxes actually go up. This isn't a budget, it's robbery. 80 million Americans will suffer so billionaires can buy a bigger yacht. Don't let them get away with it. Tell your senators to stop this big ugly.
All right. That's basically the overall gist of it. But this is, I just cannot believe that how much he lied on his campaign trail too. And this is going to point that out right now. It's just the mockery of how he'll say one thing and then do the complete opposite.
$0.7 trillion in this bill, and you're not going to feel any of it, and you're not going to feel any of it, and you're not going to feel any of it, and you're not going to feel any of it, and your Medicaid is left alone, it's left the same.
Like, hello? What? How do people on his, I guess they just listen to him and they don't actually like look up the news later. That must be it, because I just can't. I can't believe that he can get away with it. But honestly, I'm gonna start a calculator thing just for random stuff. And this is how I work. I think a lot of you do too. So I'll leave it as ordinal and reduction. Those are the two main ciphers that most of us use. And then, just add in whatever, like Trump is lying, for example. It might take a while for you to like find anything. But the best way you can do this is that you just leave it up, okay? Because eventually, this always happens. Eventually, you will find a match after some time. You just gotta like keep a running list. So, billionaire's tax break, things like that. Billionaire tax break. Oh, see, that one is already a huge number, 188.
Anything with that, Medicare, Medicaid, none of that stuff is going to be touched. We're not cutting Medicaid. We're not changing Medicaid. Here's what I want on Medicaid. We're not touching anything. Just as I promised, there will be no cuts. There won't be read my lips anymore. We're not going to touch it. Medicaid, we're not going to do anything with that. Medicare, Medicaid, none of that stuff is going to.
So never touch Medicaid, for example. Not touching Medicaid. Donald Trump, Medicaid. Is that just examples of things to put up? This is like
signed the big bill. He calls it beautiful. The American people don't seem to agree. A bill that is so wildly unpopular, it screws many of the people who voted for Trump. And still, no one could really muster like a good actual affirmative account for it. It's going to cut Medicaid as it cut taxes for the rich. It's going to cut food aid like SNAP, while it throws billions of dollars at the Immigration, Customs, and Enforcement.
This is a good meme. Like, it just seems like people who vote for him, it doesn't matter, like, even they're getting affected and they're still rooting for him. It's cognitive dissonance. It's, what's that? Stockholm syndrome. There we go. This guy's funny. He's doing some satire.
Trump's passing of the big, beautiful bill, aka the fuck everyone but billionaires bill. Oh my God. What? It's amazing. Woo! Woo! Yeah! We did it! We did it! We passed the big, beautiful fuck everyone but billionaires bill! It kicks millions off of SNAP! It kicks millions off of Medicaid! It cuts taxes for billionaires! I'm celebrating! I mean, are you not America first? Are you not America first? This man hates America! We are celebrating! We just passed the big, beautiful bill! The fuck everyone but billionaires bill! It's amazing! We did it, guys. We did it.
It's
America
so funny,
first,
honestly.
baby.
Oh
Do you
my
love America?
God.
I came here to support Donald Trump. Well, what's wrong? I'm here to support Donald Trump. Well, what's wrong? It's, you know, the bill kicks millions off of Medicaid, $3.7 billion, $1 trillion to the deficit. Medicaid spending. No, that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, that's okay. Oh, guys, we did it, everyone. We did it.
So y'all see how like it's the 666 and the big beautiful bill, right? Because that's how they hide stuff. They loved these riddles, these cryptography riddles. It's got, and this was shared with me by Amatero Solar, so thank you so much for pointing that out. But yeah, it's got the 666 embedded into it. But you could also say it's got the 222 because B is the second letter. So 3 B's will get you BBB 222 246. And that's on their Wikipedia as well, as it has that acronym. So that's 222. And we know they love the 222. Right? They love this 222. So the fact that they're using, and you know what, it is kind of confusing when you're working with two ciphers. So the fact that their bill has, because B is the second letter and BBB 222 is another indication of, you know, that coding of these numbers that they love. So the bill's like really big. This guy has a chunk of it.
To make America more indebted, more unequal, and less green, here are 4 things to know.
I mean, look at that. Look at that stack of papers. Like, how did people actually read it?
The first is that the bill is big.
I mean, come on. That's insane.
Really big. Nearly 1,000 pages of tax cuts, spending reductions, and new outlays for things like the military and the border. Senators have been voting on trillions of dollars in spending with barely any time to check the details and on hardly any sleep. The compressed timeline and lack of transparency makes it easy to slip in extra provisions, which are hard to get rid of once they become law. One big effect of the bill will be to significantly increase America's budget deficit.
All right, so he's a bit boring, so we'll cut there. But thanks for the comment. So B28 in capitals as well, and 28 is the number of money. Interesting. B28 in the capital cipher. Okay, I see what you mean. Nice one. I love the people who are protesting online. They're so this guy wrote a rap song.
Bill to bully blue collars, boosting billionaires, benefiting their dollars. They bamboozled the boys and brought big business aid while raising the debt if you bought and paid. Holler. I heard a lot of noise from the reps. They walked back on promises, getting in their steps. They almost got as much spine as insects, cause the back rooms, the dark money deals they really kept. They said F you to grandma and grandpa today. The biggest transfer of wealth we've seen is underway. They raising taxes on poor folks, but cutting for the rich and taking kids off food programs is how they'll pay. Nursing homes will close, I wonder where they'll go. I hope you don't need Medicare and never catch a cold. Better yet, be a corporation, not a human being, cause the government don't care about people no more.
Where is the world going to? I mean, we knew this was going to happen, but the fact it's happening this fast. Now, this guy points, it's a skip, but he points out like the fact that, you know, all right, I'll just play it.
Sneak this thing into the budget bill about the courts to give the current administration unlimited power. Did we already make this video? Nope, you're thinking about the Supreme Court case around national injunctions. We wanted to hedge our bets, so we did something worse. You're saying that the administration can ignore court rulings and the court effectively can't do anything about it? Yeah, I'm clearly misunderstanding.
So unlimited power, let's put that in. Unlimited power.
Understanding this because that's insane. No, I will happily explain it to you because it's very clever. Oh, I'm gonna hate this, aren't I? You know all those executive orders that the courts were saying were unconstitutional? Ending birthright citizenship, deporting people to prisons in El Salvador. If the administration were to ignore those rulings now, they'd be in contempt, and judges would have a series of things that they could do to try to get the administration to comply. But this bill says that specifically for these national injunctions, courts can't use their already approved budgets to do any of those things. So basically you're just like cutting off the payroll, like you can't pay clerks to do paperwork, you can't pay U.S. Marshals to go apprehend people. Exactly. We have neutered the courts through the budget. House Republicans already passed this? Yeah, but it gets worse. Oh, come on. This is specifically...
So basically, yeah, the injunctions are like, if they can basically just do whatever they want without anyone intervening.
Like this bill? No.
We can't be cutting health care for working people.
In full transparency, you didn't know that this was in there.
The fact is that we're playing with fire. This is a ticking time bomb.
Well, we all are going to die.
Donald Trump's record on health care was so good.
As president, I will not cut one penny from Social Security or Medicare.
Do I
all by the numbers, all these people are actors on the world stage and they do what they're told. And this was weird. Okay, so I can't find news of this, so I can't actually fact check. I tried to run it through Google, but this guy says the fact the big beautiful bill passed because 3 Democrats died and could not vote against it is actually insane. Not enough people are talking about it. What? Like, that isn't that, yeah, like, what's this comment saying? Like, that sounds sus. But if you type it in Google, nothing comes up. Well, I guess this person did some research. So, March 5th, this year, March 13th, and May. Also, within the last 2-3 months, that's sus. That's so weird. I mean, I guess what we could do is even like take some of these numbers and even put it in. So the day that this passed is 7/4/2025, because you look it up here, he signed it on July 4th. The 47th president, he signed it on the 4th of July. And so if we take like some of these, for example, I mean, we're really being petty here, but just to see if there's any real thing we should be worried about it. So March 5th. Oh, 121 days. I mean, that is the Antichrist number. So that is suspicious. So from one of the Democrats who was meant to vote from the day that he passed. That is a number they use often. Okay, next one, March 13th. Oh my God, that's another one. Oh my God, I can't even believe it. Because guys, that's the, and when did the World Health Organization have the Rona announcement? It was on March 11th. They love this 113. Oh my God, the 33. Oh my God. So from the day Democrat passed away, Democrat voter, shall we say, that's the important part, to date bill passed. I mean, come on. Foul play. There's something going on. That's insane. That's crazy. So, hey, Gigi, nice to see you in the chat. Discerning King, so 28 is the number of money. Please explain, because money doesn't equal 28 in any cipher. Great question. Okay, so we've already seen foul numbers on 2 of these people, and I would not be surprised if that comment was true. I'm not going to repeat it, but I wouldn't be surprised if this was true. Let's just look at the last one. So May 25th is 521, I want to say. Yeah, 520. Oh God, 521. Yeah. Oh my God, another one. I mean, come on, inverted. So 1, 2, 3. Conspiracy equals 1, 2. Oh gosh, I did not write that right. Conspiracy 1, 2, 3. And then they just inverted it here. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. I mean, come on. And these numbers are huge too. World War III number and Society of Jesus number. Yeah, that sounds like all 3 of them were just murked by the numbers. Like, come on, like, this is the most, they needed this to pass. They would have done anything. They would have done anything. Billionaire starts with a B. That's right. Just another recap.
10 things you need to know about the budget Congress just passed. Less than 3 minutes. Here we go. Raises the debt ceiling by $5 trillion. So starting on January 1st, 2026, Donald Trump can go out and borrow $5 trillion.
What? What? This is what criminals do. I mean, come on, that's insane. Where's my random? So this is my random list. Debt ceiling 5 trillion. Let me just put that in. Debt ceiling 5 trillion. Raised. Let's just add that for now.
It authorizes $150 billion in additional border spending.
$150 billion in border spending.
That's $46.5 billion for more of his wall and $30 billion to ICE.
30 billion to ICE. 30 billion to ICE, or propaganda number right there. I mean, ICE is propaganda, so this makes sense.
ICE's current budget is $4 billion, so that's a hell of an increase. Department of Defense is getting an additional $154 billion with $25 billion for the Golden Dome.
So 25 billion Golden Dome. Golden Dome, USA.
And $29 billion to boost shipbuilding. Here's where they start to get tricky, because there's a line item that gives $50 billion to fund rural hospitals that use Medicaid. But don't forget, they took away $901 billion from funding in Medicaid. So I guess we're only down $851 billion now. They've also created a Trump savings account for children that are born during this 4-year period. Basically, when your infant is born, Donald Trump will open a bank account using their social security number. He will put $1,000 into that account that you cannot touch or control. The government will use that seed money to make investments on behalf of your child until they are 18 years old. I don't know what happens after that because it doesn't say. But something freaks me out about Donald Trump opening a bank account with my infant child's social security number, whether I want him to or not.
Oh my God, that is so disturbing. Like, they could do anything with your social security number and what, put you in debt while you're a baby? Like, is that what they plan to do?
The bill offers permanent extensions of the 2017 Tax Cuts and Jobs Act that created the greatest wealth gap in the history of the United States. But you won't pay tax.
Greatest wealth gap. Money. Greatest heist. They also calling this greatest heist. Or money heist. Wealth transfer. Eight is the number of karma. B is an infinity letter. Big bad karma monster. Living in the Matrix. Absolutely.
On your tips up to $25,000 or your overtime up to $12,500, only for 3 years, though. That tax cut will expire after 3 years, while the tax cuts for corporations and billionaires go on forever. They did boost the standard deduction just a little bit for single filers, and they boost.
Okay. So you don't get taxed on tips for 3 years, but it's capped at $25K, and then that expires. It's like, wow, amazing.
Really no other way to say it. The one big bucket of bullshit bill has passed the House today, Thursday, July 3rd, and President Trump gets his wish. He's going to be able to sign this devastating piece of legislation by July 4th. And if you disagree with me because you don't like my politics, you really need to rethink things. When we look over time at the impact of legislation like this, the bottom 95% of Americans continue to be harmed, while the top 5% continue to benefit. So you and me, if you're watching this video, whether we voted for the same person or not, we are in the same boat. And you keep punching holes in that boat because you want to protect billionaires. This ain't about emotions. This ain't about me being a crazy woman. This is about math. So look at the wealth redistribution that has happened in the United States since 1989. In 1989, the top 1% had 22% of the wealth. Today, they have over 30%. And meanwhile, the bottom 50%, their wealth has declined.
Woo! We know what that means. They're murking the middle class. They want everyone sick, stupid, and starving.
Sick, stupid, and starving should actually be the new slogan of the Republican Party. Senate Republicans literally broke into cheers and applause today, Tuesday, July 1st, when Vice President Vance cast the tie-breaking vote that passed their big
And again, tie-breaking vote. They already prepared that headline before that headline even took place. They knew it would anger people. I like this guy's sign. School meals should be free for everybody. Charging children to eat somewhere they are legally required to be for the entire day is crazy. Absolutely.
Isn't it funny that every single recession since the 1980s has been under a Republican president, and Trump is in the process of starting yet another recession, and the Republican Party still calls itself the party of fiscal responsibility?
Mic drop. So, recession. 25 American recession. US recession. These are ways to keep your notes.
I'm not American, I'm Canadian, but I live in America, I own property in America, and I pay American taxes. And I read the new administration's new tax plan, and it looks like I get a tax cut.
Oh! Yeah, these celebrities, I mean, he's in like Marvel movies, and he's even about to say like, I don't feel like I don't need a tax break. But I think like watching this, it kind of makes me feel like this is going to be wiped under the rug, because a lot of people like him, even though they're trying to speak out and they're trying to be like, oh, this sucks, at the end of the day, they are getting those tax cuts, and like, it is nice for them.
damage from this big, beautiful bill hits, Republicans are going to blame Democrats. You may think I'm crazy, but it's already written in the bill. The first set of bad cuts are meant to take place after the 2026 elections, the midterms, so that when there is a blue shift, they blame the blue shift. All of the damage gets blamed on that blue shift. But then the next big set of cuts, the really bad cuts, are going to hit after the 2028 election.
If there even is a 2028 election. But isn't that sneaky? That is so sneaky how they've done it. So basically this bill does not take effect until basically the next election, which is, you know, is it like the intermediary elections? And that happens next year. So if there is a Democratic shift, they are going to blame, like she said, they are going to blame the Democrats because people forget things. People are so stupid, and it's like so it's a sneaky way of like gaslighting people.
The part of the budget bill that not enough people are talking about is the fact that they want to increase the ICE budget from $3.5 billion to $48.5 billion. That is over a tenfold increase, you guys. They are planning on deporting millions of people. And when I say deporting, I don't mean deporting. I mean kidnapping and human trafficking.
Okay, so this is the next chapter. We're going to talk about Alligator Alcatraz and how that's coded and all that. But before I do that, let me just close some tabs. I want to look at the 17 million that lose healthcare really quick. 17 million Americans lose. Oh, isn't that the number for the Society of Jesus? Yeah, it is. Oh gosh. Another name for the Jesuit order, of course, the cult that run the world. 17 million lose healthcare. 17 off health. Oh, 17 mil. Yeah, it's good for now. All right, so change of topic now. I will get up the Alligator Alcatraz. Don't need this for right now. Oh, sorry. Okay. So with this, I mean, it's heartbreaking. But we'll watch some videos, and if it triggers you, you can skip this segment. We do have 2 more chapters to the end. Okay, so let's see what's been going on here. Let me close more.
To imprison human beings looking for a better life. They're calling it Alligator Alcatraz because it's surrounded by swamps filled with alligators, crocodiles, and pythons specifically chosen for security.
We're going to teach them how to run away from an alligator, okay?
This isn't a facility just for criminals. It's where they plan to hold any undocumented immigrants. And just look at Trump's smile as he tours the detention center. These people are evil. They even have merch to celebrate their inhumanity as if they're souvenirs from a theme park.
Incredible. Would you rock this drip? Look at that.
Would you rock this drip? Oh my God, what is this? What kind of person, what kind of soul inhabits this body? It's creepy. Like, why would you be laughing at that? Why in your right mind? I don't get it. I don't even put that. Like, that seems like it's coded. Rock this drip. That 150 looks familiar from something earlier. Would you rock this strip?
that.
This isn't normal. Not to mention the facility was built in 8 days within a crucial nature reserve, encroaching not only on a vital ecological area, but also on 15 Native American tribal villages that live there. It's set to hold thousands of migrants beginning in July.
What the heck? Is that the bathroom? Good Lord.
This is what 450 million of our tax dollars are funding through federal emergency programs.
Yeah, so cutting Medicaid, cutting healthcare, cutting kids' school lunches so that they can, quadruple the spending on this stuff. It's like unbelievable. It's so sad.
How could Americans support treating human beings as objects, disposable, and worthless? It's partly the result of years of dehumanization campaigns against undocumented immigrants. Trump has said they poison the blood of America, claiming they have bad genes. He's called them animals. He's labeled them as snakes, illegal monsters, and gang members. He's called them invaders destroying our country, and way too many bought it, despite none of it being true. Undocumented immigrants even commit less crimes than US citizens. It's just white supremacy and authoritarianism. We have to do better. This is
what the hell?
Okay, you're good to go.
I mean, honestly, this opens up like the wider conversation, but check out what he said about gator bait. I mean, this is ridiculous.
The Alligator Alcatraz is the idea that it's some illegal immigrants in case they just get eaten by an alligator or a snake or something.
I guess that's the concept. This is not a nice business. I guess that's the concept. If snakes are fast, but alligators are, but we're going to teach them how to run away from an alligator, okay? If they escape prison, how to run away. Don't run in a straight line. Run like this. And you know what? Your chances go up about 1%. Okay? Not a good thing.
What the heck? I mean, I keep hearing that cruelty is the point. And again, like, we're not taking these numbers out of anywhere. Like, they chose this. Oh, the branding, the way they brand this stuff is just unbelievable. Alligator Alcatraz, matching Freemason ritual. Sorry, let me get rid of this really quick. The Jesuit order, which is the army of the Pope, and you could say, well, there's a new Pope and he's a good guy now. Well, no, they're all in it together. Divide and conquer. They're both sides of the same team. And then, of course, U.S. Independence Day 2025 just had to, I mean, this is when this whole conversation is happening right now. It just had to equal the same thing. And a lot of people are boycotting or have boycotted the 4th of July because of this. I'm sorry if I'm missing your comments really quick. Bring them up on my phone. So yeah, have you guys found any other notes with this? Any other decodes with Alligator Alcatraz? Please let me know. Ron DeSantis used to work at Guantanamo Bay. Oh my God, really? So the governor of Florida used to work at Guantanamo? Good Lord. That's unbelievable. Then check out what Trump said about Epstein. So Jeffrey would have loved these on the island, Trump overheard saying during immigration tour. Look, aren't those little beds just great for, you know what? Jeffrey would have loved those on the island. What the hell? Florida Everglades. Let's look that up. Florida Everglades. And so just so you know, like once it starts to get like a bit populated, so what you could do from here is, well, just first of all, make sure you're using the same cipher match. We only have one cipher loaded, but say we did want to go back to reduction. you can toggle between cross cipher or same cipher match, and then you just go find matches, and it'll show you what we already have. And yeah, let's keep going. So there were these great big sharks around the island too. If anyone escapes here, they get the alligators. Biggest, nastiest alligators in the world. He added grinning and mimicking a snapping reptile. Let's check out Christy Gnome. Christy Gnome, and so Christy Gnome, Donald Trump. All right, if this one's a bit sensitive, but just gotta take a look. So this is what the internment camps in Japan were like. And these are the tents.
Let's talk about a few of the things that I've noticed about Alligator Alcatraz just since they've started releasing pictures. So I have not seen any ventilation, no windows, no fans, no bathrooms, no showers, no trash cans, no sinks, no running water, no medical centers or supplies, and no cameras.
Sus. And then this is the camp. I'm sure everyone's seen this photo by now, but I actually, like, even studying from World War II, I had never actually seen this photo, so it's just so eerie how similar it is.
The top photo is a photo of Auschwitz, the concentration camp in Poland, and the bottom photo is Alligator Alcatraz, the detention center they are building in Florida.
Oh, that's interesting. Detention center and concentration. Death equals 38. 163 is the 38th prime. What cipher do you guys use for the 666? Okay. The ciphers is, well, ordinal is A, 1 equals 1, 2 equals B, and C equals 3, right? So if you want to times it by 6, you use, I know it's a bit strange, but you can go to the, classic, because it's used quite often. And then, so in this cipher, everything is times by 6. So instead of 1, it's 6. Instead of 2, it's 12. So this is usually what gets us 666. So do you see that? 666. New York. That's how we get the 666. So English Sumerian cipher. You can find it under Gematria Club over here, or you can find it under Classic. Oh yeah, Murder by Numbers uses 38 in the movie poster. No one here boycotted the 4th, I can assure you. Oh my god. Reminds me of the series on Netflix with the rich watching the poor play games. Oh yeah, wasn't Squid Games sorry, is it Squid Games? Didn't they just release a new freaking not series, but A new season this, like, just recently, if I'm not mistaken. Let me look that up, but while we watch the next thing. Oh, right. This is actually just a tweet. So Laura Loomer, I'm actually not really familiar with who she is. Let me look her up really quick. Laura Loomer. MAGA influencer, far right activist. Laura Loomer, put you in here. But she said alligator lives matter. What the heck? But the thing she says next is what's really creepy. I'm just gonna toggle off the Sumerian really quick. The good news is alligators are guaranteed at least 65 million meals if we get started now. I mean, what? That's terrorism. Like, why would you be advocating for genocide like that? That's insane. I mean, did she really say that? 65 million alligator. Apparently. Alligator Lives Matter slammed for saying Florida Alcatraz will get 65 million meals. I mean, let's put that. I mean, if it's in quotation marks, you already know there's something suspicious about it, right? The problem is finding it. Let's see if we have a 145. We only have one so far. One. MAGA activist Laura Loomer. $153, 17 million lose healthcare with MAGA Laura Loomer. So see if how you start to build your list through like just jotting random things you find.
It opens this week. It is important to remember concentration camps opened in 1933. World War II didn't start until 1939.
So do the math on that. That's what, 39 minus 33? That's 6 years. So from the beginning of these camps to 6 years later is when World War II. So the first were these deportation camps, and then the actual war started. That's crazy. So let me also see the Squid Games thing, because I'm new season. It defeated its third final season. What day though? Okay, Netflix, June 27th. I'm kind of interested to see, because like I think it was Discerning King who said when you're watching, yeah, it reminds me of that series on Netflix. I don't know if you were talking about that one, but let me just see if there's any thing about this. So again, we're gonna put in the date this was signed, and then we're gonna put in the 27th of June. So one week or 7 days. 1 week exactly. I'm sure it wasn't just a coincidence though. I mean, how can they it's just so sick how they can make. I've never watched this show. I don't like it. I just, it's so obvious they did it on purpose. Squid Games season 3. They normalize this stuff. They put it on TV. They normalize it. People think it's just normal to watch on TV. It's not normal. And all these numbers are suspicious too. Like, it would probably take a long, I mean, 96 Freemason. Probably take a long time to figure out what all the numbers mean, especially because they're in the triple digits. But yeah, creepy. We're literally living in idiocracy.
Things have in common. TikTok Trevor here, time for your daily history update. Are ICE and the Gestapo kind of the same thing? I don't know. To the whiteboard! Let's see if we can't find some similarities, shall we? They both have the power to arrest someone without a warrant. Check. They both have the power to imprison someone without a trial. Check. They both have the power to deport someone. Check. They both have the power to send someone to a foreign concentration camp from which there's no return. Check. Do both operate ignoring habeas corpus? Check. And do both operate without government oversight with no real consequences if they overstep their authorities? Check. The only real difference I can see at this point between ICE and Gestapo is that ICE wears masks because they haven't got the balls to show their face when they arrest a terrified innocent person in the middle of the night.
Boom! Damn, that's creepy.
A powerful new surveillance tool that can scan and identify American civilians using facial recognition in real time. Here's what.
This is what we used to say about China. What the hell?
We know. ICE has quietly rolled out a new app called Mobile Fortify. And according to...
Wait. Mobile Fortify? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You've gotta be kidding. The number of all time. I'm at a loss for words. I can't believe it. It's just so disturbing, isn't it? I mean, look at this too. Look at this. They're not even hiding it. I mean, that's a direct match right there. I mean, that's exactly what they're doing. Oh, that's so creepy. They don't hide it. They don't look MOBIL Fortify. I just took the exact trademark, put it in the calculator, and it's one of the most major numbers. I mean, it's also Masonic Ritual equals 155. I just can't. What the heck? Oh my god, that's so that's creeping me out big time.
Internal emails obtained by 404 Media, this tool allows ICE agents to identify people by pointing a smartphone at their face or through contactless fingerprints, which use cameras to capture high-resolution images of a person's fingerprints from a distance without any physical contact. The app pulls from government databases like Customs and Border Protection's Travel Verification Service and a DHS biometric system, matching field images against previously collected records. ICE says it helps agents identify unknown subjects.
Unknown subjects. Also, mobile equals coal. I'm gonna start a new one for that one because that creeps me out. Let me just put it in big letters so we can see Mobile Fortify. So that's ICE surveillance. And then with that, so I'm curious what surveillance matches. Surveillance. Oh wow, World War III, the metaverse. course it does. So I'm actually just gonna add those to this list because that's kind of all related. So World War III and the metaverse. So they are sneaking this all in. And you can actually rearrange stuff so that it's like in the order that you want it. But yeah, so they're bringing in surveillance, things like mobile Fortify, and it's exactly like what they're doing in China. They're not even hiding it. They're giving it the same brand number.
But civil liberties advocates warn this kind of surveillance could lead to profiling and wrongful arrests. Nathan Fried Wessler from the...
Yeah, no, of course.
Republican budget that Trump is about to sign essentially sets up an entirely new separate military force and puts it directly under Trump's control. This would be separate from the United States Army, the United States Marines, Air Force, Navy, all that. What will that be? Well, it's going to be ICE. Currently, the ICE budget is about $4 billion, a little bit less than that. This budget gives them $70 billion. That is more money than the entire defense budget of Italy.
$70 billion. $70 billion. $70 billion. ICE. I found it so curious because I was reading the Neuromancer. So in the Neuromancer, there's ICE. Oh God. And what ICE is in his world is intrusion countermeasure electronics, and this is a technology that protects system from illegal intrusions. Inside the matrix, ICE appears as a virtual wall. So it's the way he uses ICE is like Agent Smith police in the metaverse. So I found that because this book, Neuromancer, is one of the books that inspired The Matrix. It was written in 1984. The Matrix was published in 1999. So as you can see, this book inspired The Matrix. It's about the metaverse. It's about, living in this cyberpunk dystopia. And he writes ICE as this massive, turning point where ICE is literally like this police state that polices the virtual reality. So I cannot help but make that same conclusion that, especially with the surveillance technology that ICE is using, I mean, that is preparing for them to just be a watching for us.
Was going to start deporting U.S. citizens. This is not fear-mongering. He was just caught on a hot mic while talking to the president of El Salvador, saying, "Homegrowns are next."
Okay, that's crazy. So not only is these illegal immigrants, but now he's saying homegrowns. Homegrowns is mind control, for one, but homegrowns are next. Oh, the Society of Jesus again. Oh my God, everything is by the number. Oh. Trump suggests he will be deporting American citizens to El Salvador, saying homegrowns are next. The homegrowns. You gotta build about 5 more places. It's not big enough.
The homegrowns, you gotta build about 5 more places. Yeah, that's big.
This was directly after they had a press release where the president of El Salvador said that he would not be helping return the mistaken...
El Salvador, what is that too? El Salvador prisons.
versus legal immigration, they are trying to end legal status in the United States as well. Correct, Governor Pritzker, with the end of TPS and making people undocumented by removing legal status, ending legal status, and then having the audacity to call them illegal when they were here documented, correct?
Taking students' visas away from people, taking their legal right to be in the United States away from them when they've been granted maybe years earlier to stay.
So I don't want to hear about how this is about illegal versus legal immigration. They are attacking legal status.
So that's suspicious. Okay, so RFK Jr. is proposing wellness farms for people with autism and ADHD. So a lot of people are just like confused, like how far are they going to take this? And I think this is like an important conversation too, of how like we're taking all this hypocrisy of who counts as an illegal when we've like stolen the land in every instance, and the fact that, you know, this I'm just following orders thing. E-girls versus, you know, death cult. Hopefully the e-girls will win.
High actress Jasmine Mooney was arrested by ICE and detained. Her account of her treatment while in custody shows just how bad Trump and Borders are Tom Homan's immigration takeover really is. Mooney was on her way to the U.S. after accepting a job at a health startup. But instead of being sent home or rejected, Mooney was led into another room and arrested. Following her arrest, she says that she was confined to a small cell for 2 days, sleeping on a mat on the cement floor, and then was transferred in chains and a jumpsuit.
What the hell? She's a Canadian actress from a famous movie. Like, what? And they're even doing that to the, you know what I mean? Like, oh, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Claire Gall with Wink News in Fort Myers. What is your direction to ICE when it comes to arresting farm workers here illegally, other workers in industries that are pretty critical to Florida's economy?
Yeah. Well, we're very much cognizant of that. And as you know, I won the farmers by 92%, and I'm not going to be abandoning my farmers. We were strong on the borders, but we're also strong for the farmers and for others in the hotel.
Okay, yeah, he's basically proposing indentured servitude. So I will not be abandoning the farmers. What they're proposing is they will not have citizenship, but will be working and paying taxes. So they basically are going to try to have these farmers work on farms and gain citizenship by working through indentured servitude, which is absolutely insane. They're going to be, oh my God, I just can't even.
Yeah, me too. I really like.
What are you doing? She's coming with us. What are you talking about? Who are you? I'm your Republican congressman. Now that we're in charge, we're rounding up illegals. She was born here. She's a citizen. I don't care. She looks like one of them. But don't worry. When she's in prison in El Salvador, she'll have lots of company.
Damn! Things are getting out of control. Here's more of the U.S. citizen stuff.
You know, a little controversial, but I couldn't care less. We have a lot of bad criminals that came into the...
Wait, there's a few videos, so let me just get the right one. Okay, I think it's this one.
People that whack people over the head with a baseball bat from behind when they're not looking and kill them. People that knife you when you're walking down the street. They're not new to our country. They're old to our country. Many of them were born in our country.
He just throws that. Many of them were born in our country. It's like, we're homegrowns are next. Where are they gonna go? Where does he actually? That's insane. But if he can start with that, he could just claim anybody. I like this guy. He's protesting the National Guard.
With your assault rifles and your sticks, you should be standing here with us. You're on the wrong side of history. We know you got a job to do, but you took an oath to the Constitution, not to the fascists in the White House.
Woo! You took an oath to the Constitution. Love that. So yeah, it's already flooding these prisons. Oh, that's really loud. So it's like in the hurricane area too.
You're mine? Yes.
Yeah, they're taking your healthcare to fund an incarceration camp that uses a toxic swamp as a moat in hurricane season, and they're selling merch.
For immigrants, nothing captures better what went down today than the takedown of the White House website in Spanish that says "Go home."
Unbelievable. It's just, how is the first world country really putting this as an example? And this is what's creeping me out too. This.
ICE online? If so, the Trump administration wants to track you. ICE is currently looking for a contractor that will monitor speech and specifically negative sentiments toward the agency. Now, this contractor would be looking for comments that are violent in nature, and then once discovered, they will dig into who is behind the account making those comments. And that dossier will include their name, pictures, information, work affiliations, and even family members. But it's not just violent comments, it's even negative sentiment toward the agency. If you even criticize what ICE is doing, you could be wrapped up into this mass surveillance dragnet. And now this has First Amendment experts worried that this is essentially just the thought police. Head to theintercept.com.
And this is why I put on a voice filter for this exact situation. Thought police. ICE thought police.
Remember when we had constitutional rights? Because according to the Trump administration, those days are over. The Department of Justice just issued a memo telling ICE agents that they can enter pretty much any home without a warrant for almost any reason.
Unbelievable.
The family matter and the truth of the matter. Here was God's plan to show y'all the liar.
Overhearing people complain about immigrants like they aren't one. I'm native. Oh, this is insane.
The site, and there's so much wrong with it. Let me show you. It's a one-page website that essentially lets you get a US citizenship for $5 million. This is legit what the card looks like. So other than this entire concept being laughable, none of the fields will populate automatically your first name, last name, or your email address, which means the fields aren't set up correctly. And at the very top, they mentioned that this is an official website of the United States government, but they also include it again at the bottom. Why do you need to include it twice if it's official? No, I promise you it's official. Look, it's there twice. There's also no privacy policy or terms of use and just an email here. So who knows what they're doing with this data. On top of that, their performance is really bad. And I've actually never seen a warning like this for accessibility. Oh my God. And their meta description is too long. Guys, most of this stuff's gonna get cut off. Nobody's gonna know if you...
What? So like a Trump card, a $5 million Trump card to get your visa, a green card, gold card. I mean, I gotta put that in the calc. $5 million, 5 million gold card.
I had to hop on and talk about Palantir. Palantir is this database that allows you to make sense of large volumes of data and helps to analyze and output information into like something that's more digestible for analysts. It is something that the CIA has been using for years. It's something that I used to use at the CIA in order to make sense of terrorist networks and be able to digest huge volumes of information, intelligence, in order to make sense of terrorist networks and how they're interconnected. So the concerning thing is that President Trump has spent over $113 million.
113, anybody? When did the World Health Organization declare? March 11th.
On Palantir contracts since he's taken office. And so what's worrying about this? What he's asking the federal agencies to do, DHS, the IRS, Health and Human Services, DOD, he's asking them to all share information across this platform called Palantir. And the issue with this is that it creates a very centralized database.
Well, where did we hear that from too? World War II. All right, so that's basically it. I mean, there's a bit more. That the merch stuff is crazy.
P has merch for their concentration camp. You know, the one that Trump called Alligator Alcatraz? That one. This is the Florida GOP's website. But I looked this up myself because I was like, no way is this real. Like, this is a stretch. This has got to be a rumor. Maybe somebody somewhere made merch, but it certainly wasn't a fucking official government site. Nope. The Florida GOP, look at this. Alligator Alcatraz. T-shirts, jerseys, hats.
All right, so that's it for that. I did want to look at the 2028 hats, so I'll put that up now.
Donald Trump is now selling Trump 2028 hats on his website. They are $50 a piece, which is insane for this piece of garbage, a total ripoff. But when Trump, his allies, his family, his friends have talked about him running again in 2028 and serving a third term, they're not kidding. They're not joking. MAGA has said, oh, it's just satire. He's just messing around. He's selling hats. This looks like someone who's gearing up for another campaign. And here's Eric Trump wearing the hat, and he just looks ridiculous, doesn't he? Obviously, we all know that this is blatantly unconstitutional. You can't serve more than 2 terms as president, but Trump says, to hell with the Constitution, I do what I want. Listen, if Trump wants to run...
Okay, so now that we have that, it is crazy how Trump 2028 hats equals his name. Again, by the numbers, this was all meant. I mean, back in 2020, everyone was saying that Trump's the last president. He's going to become the dictator. And lo and behold, it's like, we just thought it was going to be a joke, but now it's like for real that he's actually planning to run a third term.
Here for me, but it's official. Not only is Donnie trying to run for a third term, but he's also doing everything in his power to try and prevent the left from even running against him. Welcome to the dictatorship. You heard that correctly, and I look and sound like this today.
Clearly, unequivocally, and absolutely illegal for someone to seek a third term. There's just no way around it. There is no mechanism. Whatever Donald Trump says, it doesn't exist. It is a violation of law. However, illegal things are happening in the United States every day. It's illegal to pick up people on the street on the basis of some personal characteristic, deport them without any kind of hearing, and send them to a prison in a country they've never visited before. It's illegal for the president to refuse to spend money that Congress has appropriated. But those things are happening. So this is an administration that breaks the law.
Breaking news, Donald Trump is officially considering running for a third term. Earlier today, he told NBC that he's not joking and that there's multiple methods he could use to pull it off, such as having J.D. Vance run for president with himself as his vice president, and then once they're elected, they could switch roles. Trump also said that there's other methods he could use to secure a third term, but when NBC asked him to describe them, he flat out said no. Donald Trump thinks that he's above the American Constitution, and this is not the first time he's made that clear. In the past, he's...
So somebody, a congressman, has introduced an amendment to the Constitution to allow Donald Trump to serve a third term. That makes me curious. Now I kind of want to see if Trump wins 2028. Trump. They often do this too. Donald J. Trump. wins 2020. Oh my god. We do get 111, but since we're using numbers, that's not going to apply to Sumerian. So we're using numbers, but I will put that in. Oh, interesting find though, the GC president. Gonna put that in for this one.
Fourth in the U.S. House of Representatives is seeking to allow current and future presidents to run for a third term. This was introduced yesterday by Republican Representative Andy Ogles from Tennessee. The resolution would amend the 22nd Amendment, which limits presidents to 2 terms. Any amendment to the Constitution requires approval from 2/3 of both the House of Representatives and the Senate. A new resolution.
So what do you guys think? What's going to happen?
Be pretty vocal about this for the rest of my life, because fuck Peter Thiel and fuck him using the name Palantir, the seeing stones that the bad guys use from the Lord of the Rings to communicate with each other. Yeah, that's the name of his company. That company is going to take all of the data from all of the agencies across the government and compile a list of mass surveillance.
Yeah, Discerning King says Trump versus Obama. That's so funny. All right, one thing I wanted to point out before we move on to Musk's party is that they've been calling him king recently, and that's really weird.
Next time you're stuck in traffic, President Donald Trump tweeted, "Long live the king." I'm here to say New York hasn't labored under a king in over 250 years.
Long live the king. Long live.
Now, the official White House account has officially referred to Donald Trump, the President of the United States, as the king on the official White House channels. These are channels that are observed by foreign leaders and foreign governments across the world. This is the latest post from the White House. As you can see, it says Trump with a crown on his head like the king. It says, "Long live the king." This is in reference to a Time magazine cover. It's meant to look like one. And this was...
Did I put the whole thing together? Trump, long live the king. And then Time magazine. Oh, Time magazine conspiracy number.
It's posted on the official White House social media accounts, their Twitter, their Instagram, all across their social media accounts, all for the world, for foreign governments, for adversaries and allies to see. This comes after Donald Trump called himself, said, "Long live the king," as he referenced New York's congestion pricing, where he...
White House. Oh, wow, 3303, that 33. Of course.
Role here. There is a troubling and dangerous trend of unelected judges and
Oh, sorry. That needs some context, so I'll skip it.
Mocked us for referring to Donald Trump as a dictator, so let's run through the list. Donald Trump has, since he was inaugurated, pardoned violent January 6 insurrectionists. Dictator. Defied Supreme Court orders and attacked the judiciary. Dictator. Unilaterally abolished congressionally chartered federal agencies. Dictator. Attacked the free press. Sounds like a dictator. Kidnapped people off of the streets and deported them to foreign prisons without due process. Sounds like a dictator. Defunded higher education. Dictator. Threatened law firms and the legal profession. Dictator. This weekend, he is spending tens of millions of dollars to host a massive military parade for his birthday. Is this North Korea? On top of all of that, our twice impeached president with a 34-count convicted felony president who is not a king has deployed the active duty military in American cities, and he has spent $134 million to do so.
So, Trump dictator. Trump is a dictator.
Night, Donald Trump just posted this. This on social media. It reads, "He's on a mission from God and nothing can stop what is coming." And I just want you to pause for a second and think of how big of a narcissist someone has to be to actually post this on their social media. And for anybody that's taken a history class before, you know that being on a mission from God is the justification that a lot of dictators throughout history have used, saying like, hey, I have a religious mandate to be in this position of power. And
mission from God. Mission from God. Oh, wow. So we get that 177. A mission from God. Where did we have the 177 earlier? Oops. Oh, Alligator Alcatraz. Okay.
Seen Mr. Kim here at the White House?
Could happen. I mean,
they talked about that yesterday with Mike Pompeo.
Yeah, I think it's something that could happen. Yeah. Hey, he's the head of a country, and I mean, he is the strong head. Mm-hmm. Don't let anyone think anything different. Right. He speaks, and his people sit up at attention. I want my people to do the same.
Well,
what the hell, dude? I don't know how to spell that, but that. I mean, that's after he's even like said that, oh God, what was it? Term limit? It was when he's congratulating the term limits. Or was it China? Trump. Yeah, it's this clip.
I just MailChimp my
God. I'll wait till that loads, but yeah. Oh yeah, so Trump's cabinet is now wearing a gold pin of Donald Trump's head. Not the American flag, Donald Trump's head. What in the fresh North Korean dictatorship is happening? Hideous. Oh my God, I can't believe that. What? That's a minute-long ad? Oh, I was gonna say. Oh, here it is. Okay, so this is what he said about when Chinese dictator, because he's not a president, but he's president for life now. And this is back, way back, 7 years ago. If you guys remember this. So this is what he said about China's dictator.
Great gentleman. He's now president for life. President for life. No, he's great. Hey, look, he was able to do that. I think it's great. Maybe we'll have to give that a shot someday.
Maybe we'll have to give that a shot someday. He's not joking. But people are laughing. Are they delusional in their head? Like, why are people laughing at that? Like, why? I don't get how conservatives are like so afraid of communism, so afraid of China, and then they're like laughing that he's saying we'll have to give President for Life a try. Like, are they right in the head? Like, the dystopia, that's insane. President for Life. Oh yeah, how about this?
Fighting each other, they've had it. They've had a big fight, like two kids in a schoolyard. You know, they fight like hell. You can't stop them. Let them fight for about 2-3 minutes, then it's easier to stop them.
And then Daddy has to sometimes use strong language to
You have to use
stop
strong language. Every once in a while, you have to use a certain word. They're not going to be.
So sorry, what? He's called him Daddy, so now it's Daddy. Daddy is his nickname. I mean, I think there was even like on Fox News, they even played a Daddy ad, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember if it was Fox News. Oh, their commercial. Yeah, this Daddy's Home thing.
Lenders may have.
Oh my God. But yeah, let's watch some of these while I load that up. MAGA Christians are the biggest hypocrites. If Jesus was to actually come back, they would either deport him or execute him. Oh my God. That's so true. Oh my God. Where is it? White House confirms Daddy's home.
Official White House Twitter page, or X page, posting a short video announcing Daddy's home.
I ain't gotta do a lot of flexing. Shawty, you already know what it is. Yeah. Somebody say, hey, hey, hey. Call me daddy, babe. You gotta know what
What the hell? Do we live in the Hunger Games? Oh my God, somebody please find some clues about this. For some reason I can't right now. God, I have so much, but I might save it for another stream. I do want to end it with some hypocrisy, and then the last part is really short, so I will just sneak in a few of these videos. So let me just change the title. MAGA. Oh. So this is really just like general hypocrisy that's been going on, kind of like people have been talking about this week. Oh wait, I already did that one. People are literally only illegal because we make them. No one owns this world except God, and he calls us to welcome the immigrant. And this is a Bible verse. Me, a former Trumper, trying to explain Trump supporters that he's a narcissistic liar who doesn't care about anybody but himself. Facts. I I did not recite with liberty and justice for all every morning at 7 a.m. just to be called radical for wanting liberty and justice for all. Stop gaslighting me. Yes, exactly. I can't believe they forced us to like pledge allegiance to the flag. And meanwhile, there's a 34 count felon in the office.
Here are some phrases that I will never take seriously from Republicans again. We only want qualified people in charge. Letting RFK Jr. make public health decisions is like letting a flat earther run NASA. We're the party of law and order. Oh, you mean the type of law and order that only applies to protesters, poor people, and immigrants, not billionaires and white-collar criminals.
And we want more babies, but we won't provide low-cost healthcare, childcare, or parental leave.
We're Americans, and we're so smart, we don't even need a Department of Education. So we got rid of it. Now our children just pray for an education.
We're Americans, and we care about the people of this country. So we'll spend more money on mass deportations than we will on providing affordable healthcare.
We're Americans, and we believe birthright citizenship is unconstitutional unless you're an embryo and you're white.
We're Americans. We're champions of free speech unless it threatens the powers that be. Free speech for me and a lawsuit for thee.
We're Americans. We voted to drain the swamp, but we actually are draining the middle class with increased taxes while at the same time decreasing taxes for the wealthy.
Boom.
Happening from the White House today. And this really goes in the you cannot make it up category. The White House has decided that you should write a 200-word essay on your favorite MAGA executive order if you're applying to serve the public in a federal agency. Not about the work of the agency, not about the Constitution, but loyalty to Donald Trump.
This is straight out of Harry Potter, man. Why is nobody getting
where I would be rooting for a university above Donald J. Trump and his administration. But I don't recognize his administration right now. I don't recognize what's happening. I have a theory. I do. We were kicking around some theories earlier, me and the team, and we were going, how could Trump be such a free speech enthusiast and allowing these things to happen? Going after college universities, trying to suppress speech, while pretending that you're not suppressing speech, while pretending that you're fighting DEI. It's so messy. It's so obvious. Everyone knows what you're doing. People who are still trying to grift, I suppose, are not willing to challenge you on this, which is ridiculous, because when you are out of office, we are going to have to live with these consequences. Our children are going to have to grow up in this America. Okay. So when you threaten our speech, it's not worth it so that we can have pom-poms and go hurrah for a couple of years, then go, okay, well, yeah, now it kind of stinks because, we're getting arrested for wrongthink. We got David Friedman. Yeah, arrest him. Arrest Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens. Get them. I love it. And
it's nice to see Candace actually making sense for once.
Remember that a MAGA activist went up to the city council and said this.
They're a totally peaceful racist group.
So he slipped up and said the R word. That's so funny.
It's starting to fall into place. How would you describe the group that's been confirmed so far?
Rapists, gang members, and suspected terrorists.
Your words. Tell me something about the Trump administration that will really bum me out.
We've only been here for a few days.
Have there been any new developments in the few minutes since we started this press briefing?
Egg prices increased 65%.
Yeah.
Hey guys, JD Vance here. Come get ready with me for Trump's Pride Parade. That we're proud of Trump for his birthday. I know another cannon that's going to fire a blank today. I've been really excited. I shaped my beard because that...
Not allowed to preach about law and order if you voted for a 32 count felon. You're just not. Shut up.
Hi, I'm reaching out to the White House on behalf of the Department of What the Fuck is Wrong with You.
And we're just wondering what the fuck is wrong with you.
This one's insane.
Have we never had a US president with a mugshot? I'm not sure we've ever had a mugshot hanging outside of the Oval Office before. But
what? Dude is like a psychopath.
That everyone used to wear in like middle school. They were like WWJD. And well, I guess they should have put the answer on that because y'all are failing miserably. You really mean to tell me out of 340 million plus Americans that this one is the one you choose to represent your religion? The man who, instead of turning the other cheek, angry tweets everybody who he hates. Man who instead wants to feed the hungry and heal the sick, wants to take away SNAP benefits and Medicaid from the sick. The one who, instead of loving his enemies, says, I'll just sue them. Jesus did.
It just reminds me of this song again while she's talking about that.
Say, love your neighbor. And your man just wants to build walls between us and make them our enemies. The Bible says, store your treasures in heaven. This man wants to store them in offshore accounts and delete entire countries of people so he can build more hotels. The Bible says, blessed are the peacemakers. But I guess that can be interpreted as, unless they criticize you, and then hell hath no fury. I'm just saying, I really think he was the best choice to represent the Christian faith, because he's not really doing you a solid. I don't know, I just kind of thought more of you would be louder. I guess maybe you don't really...
Oh my god. Trump and Star Wars.
On May the 4th, my daughter's birthday, the White House posted this AI image on the Instagram account. Did you see this, and what was your reaction to it?
Well, first of all, I thought if he's a Star Wars fan, he should know he should be holding a green lightsaber. Not an evil red lightsaber.
Well, maybe it's not. I don't know.
So my comment was proof positive he's full of Sith.
Yeah, like what the hell is the guy doing posting a freaking red lightsaber?
Posting this AI image of a buff Jedi Trump.
Here's the thing. I know I'm not supposed to get distracted, but he's not a Jedi in that picture. Do you understand? Trump is presenting himself as a Jedi, but his lightsaber is red. And the only way you can have a red lightsaber is by infusing its kyber crystal with the power of your rage and hate, thereby corrupting it into a vessel for the dark side. Therefore, every one of those photos that Trump is putting out there, he is admitting he's not a Jedi, but in fact, a Sith Lord. And there are always two.
Sith Lord. Trump Sith. Oh my god, wait. First of all, I just want to put this one, but Trump. Oh my god. Where's that Trump 2020? No. Where did I have the 144? All right, here. Of course. I love this. Wait. Yeah, this Mac Miller. Oh, well, this is actually really funny. But okay, I have a problem with this, and I'll just let it play, and then I'll share my problem. The first part is fine. It's just the end that I'm annoyed with.
Almost fast. Oh my god. No, I can't go in there. No.
Congratulations, the sales job is yours.
Oh, no English.
Está bien.
No.
My name is Miss B, and I am a drag queen.
She's eating a dog.
The Second Amendment has been abolished. Give me all your guns.
I'm completely fine with that.
No.
Now I have more time to brush up on my new favorite book, The Communist Manifesto.
Fuck that! Oh my god!
Here's your plan B.
Thank you. My body, my choice.
It certainly is.
No.
Yay!
No. Dude, she has to fucking shave.
Stay there!
No! Shave! Just fucking, where's the exit?
Are you vaccinated?
That's the part that I'm upset about. Okay, so... Okay, wait, just let me play. So he's running away because he's like scared about the clout shop. But I'm sitting here going like, that used to be a liberal talking point. They stole it from us. I grew up in a liberal household, and we were told never to trust the government, never to trust the medical system, never to trust big pharma. That used to be our thing. That used to be our thing, to not clot shot yourself. It got inverted somehow, and now it's a conservative talking point, and they're like, oh, it's the liberals that want to clot shot everyone. But it's like, that was never the case growing up. That was never the case. The liberals were always the people that did not trust big pharma, and suddenly they've stolen it from us. They've appropriated it from us, and it's like, oh. Anyway, being a truth seeker, being a conspiracy theorist now, it's like you're not one or the other. But it's weird how like a lot of what we believe in is being appropriated by the right. And then they're not even educated enough to realize that things like they'll wear a MAGA hat and talk about the clot shot, but then they won't talk about the vaccine, the vaccines for cancer that Trump is about to roll out. Trump spending for cancer. Trump proposes radical plan to fight cancer with vaccines. Like, where's their fury for this? It doesn't make sense. Like, anyway, I hate that there's just not enough education going on, and people are taking sides in that without when they're gaslighting us.
Wants you to think that he's bringing back the golden age of economic prosperity of the 1950s and 1960s.
This will be indeed the golden age of America. It's coming back. We're going to come back very strongly.
But in reality, he's dragging us towards something else. The gilded age of the 1890s. Pop quiz. Which of these would you prefer? Dirty meat or meat that's safe to eat? Deadly working conditions and no weekends off? Or safe working conditions and spending time with friends on a Saturday? If you pick dirty meat and deadly working conditions, well, then the Gilded Age is the choice for you. But seriously, nobody wants this. Except apparently Donald Trump.
You know, our country was the strongest, believe it or not, from 1870 to 1913.
That's because the Gilded Age was dominated, both economically and politically, by a privileged elite.
Not even hiding it. This one's insane.
Supreme Court just made it legal to add a bunch of poop to your water now. So yeah, add this to the list of unnecessary and weird and evil things that his administration has contributed to.
Okay, so now I'm gonna switch it over to the American Party. I think I'm gonna have to go on Twitter for this. But let me just change the title. So American Party. Okay, so right off the bat, that 144 is just so suspicious. But let's go and see what exactly has been going on.
Just announced the launch of a new political party called the America Party now that he is done with Trump. This is...
Okay, so I got that wrong. It is sorry, I didn't do this really like last minute, but all right. So America Party, the America Party, and let me just run it against the things that I have been putting just random things into. Because these numbers, I don't know about you, but these numbers aren't standing out to me right now. And then find matches. The America Party. So we do have a match. Let's look for it. It should be bleeping. Matches the Florida Everglades where that camp is. But that's it for now, and that's not a strong match. So let's keep listening.
Absolutely huge. If for no other reason, then Elon Musk was a huge contributor to the Trump campaign. He's poured a lot of money into Republicans across the nation. So at the very bare minimum, the Republicans aren't going to be getting that money anymore. And more than that, I don't know a single Democrat that's going to be willing to jump ship to join Elon Musk's new political party at this point. But I'm sure that there are actually a bunch of Republicans out there that are willing to jump ship and leave the Republican Party in order to join Elon Musk's new party. This would split the Republican vote and essentially make it impossible for Republicans to ever win another election ever again. And here in America, we have alternative parties as is, on the left and the right, such as the Green Party or the Libertarian Party. But I think this is a lot different because of the fact that this is actually owned by the richest man in the world. I mean, that's not someone that you generally want to have splitting your vote. Elon Musk just announced the launch of a new political party.
All right. And I have one more for this, and then I'll go on his Twitter to kind of check it out.
Some major news. Elon Musk just announced that he is officially forming the America Party. After Elon Musk put out this poll on the 4th of July saying, should we create the America Party? And 65% voted yes, 35% voted no. He responded to that by saying, by a factor of 2 to 1, you want a new political party and you shall have it when it comes to bankrupting our country with waste and graft. We live in a one-party system, not a democracy. Today, the America Party is formed to give you your freedom back. As you might have seen, I've been encouraging Elon Musk to do this, not because I agree with him, I think he's insane, but I don't know a single Democrat who would leave the party and join Elon Musk's America Party. However, I do believe that there are some Republicans out there who absolutely will. So if Elon Musk wants to torpedo the Republican Party even more, I'm happy with that.
All right, so let me just look this up. America Party. And again, I'm sorry for getting that spelling wrong earlier. But you know what? I just saw a logo for it. What did I just see? That was weird. Do you not see that? So was I kind of right? All right, so we're kind of right because that's fine. It's actually a fine decode because while on the surface, it's not exactly American Party. This is missing that N. Is this, what is going on? What is that a different thing? What is this? So there is an American Party. It was founded. Okay, this is a different thing then. That's confusing. Never mind. That's completely different. So this is an America Party. My God, that's going to get confusing. Okay, so this is wrong. But we still have these ones that are absolute matches. All right, so let me start or I can just do it here. Also, when you don't find many matches, that's when it's a good time to move to reduction and try again. Okay, so it does match Trump Dictator 2028. That's interesting. Anything else? That's it for now. Okay, so I will start by that then. And is there a 163? Oh, it was that, what we had earlier. So that kind of tells me that it doesn't really matter if he forms it. It kind of is gonna happen anyway. The dictatorship. I don't know. What do you guys think? What did I just do with that? What the hell? There it is. Okay, so the America Party is proposed on June 5th and announced by Elon Musk. So I guess what we could do is America Party Elon Musk. New party. I can't believe they have a Trump Musk feud wiki page. This is obviously like just fake feud. This is like how they do it in sports and boxing or whatever. I don't know. Let's put in third party, I guess. Third party. Oh, Freemasonry, their third US party. Remember when we had earlier, we had this big, beautiful bill act? Well, you can add third party. America. To that. Wait, so the party's official website, so they already have a website? Oh my god. Get out of town. This is... Who made this? This is like from the 90s. All right, I think the last thing is to just go on his X. If it lets me. Oh gosh. Okay, let me... Elon Musk. Okay, so America. The America Party is needed to fight the rebellion law. Yeah, I don't know. This worries me though. That the fact that they could probably even do a whole nother party and still this seems like it's probably going to be the outcome. What do you guys think? I would love to hear from you. But yeah, that's it for now, you guys. Thank you so much for joining on this stream. It's been kind of a wild news week, hasn't it? And just want to thank y'all so much in the chat. Discerning King, GG, Hank, thanks for saying hi. And the rest of you would love to chat on the next live stream. Hopefully every week we can continue doing this. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, that's it for now.
We're in the middle of a hostile government takeover. I want to talk about it, but I'll be late for work. And if you say, wait a minute, do we have to stop this? We had one, but you didn't want that lady in office. Hostile government takeover. Hostile government. Late for now that we're a part of a Nigerian prince scam. Surprise, surprise, it ended up being a white man. Oh, I just want to know what the hell do I do? Probably drink. And if you say, wait a minute, do we have to stop this? We had one, but you didn't want that lady in office. right. You better stop messing around. This ain't about left and right. Need to worry about up and down. This ain't about left and right. You better stop messing around. This ain't about left and right.